Welcome back to another episode of Doug's Kitchen. I'm your host, Doug the dog, and today we are going to be cooking up some different kinds of eggs. Don't worry, I'll wipe the table off before we cook on it. Let's begin. All right, here are the two eggs we are using. I zoomed in so we could get a good look at the DNA sequence for the eggs. First, we crack those two eggs in a pan on medium heat. Then bam! Beautiful transcription. Look at the beautiful, fluffy mRNA sequence we have here. Let's get a serving of this, shall we? This part seems to be the best part, the products of translation. I love checking my coding book to see what are other ways this could be coded. Let's take a look. It seems we found our start codon, which is typically AUG, and our stop codon, which in this case was UGA. Next, I'm going to change up the eggs in 4 different ways. But don't worry, I'll explain what is happening along the way. But before we begin, I want to mention that the sequence being used is the DNA sequence, where thymine instead of uracil is present. I will show what is happening in the mRNA, however, just to clear things up. First up, let's sprinkle in some missense. This is a transitional mutation, meaning that the amino acid was changed from a pyrimidine to another pyrimidine, or in other cases, a purine to another purine. The base that was changed was thymine to cytosine, which if replaced by uracil, it would go from AUU to ACU. Missense may alter the protein function or make the protein non-functional. For the second portion, let's add nonsense. This is a transversion mutation, meaning the amino acid was changed from a purine to a pyrimidine, or vice versa for the opposite switch. Here we take one of the codons and make it a stop codon. There are 3 different stop codons to essentially choose from, but here we changed our guanine in our second group to adenine, which translates from UGG to UGA for mRNA. This affects the final protein because it makes the strand much shorter. Third, I want to add a little bit of silent. For this transversion mutation, we coded for the same amino acid, meaning that the base we changed coded for the same letter as the previous one. We swapped out thymine for adenine, with the group going from ACU to ACA for mRNA, but the codes THR and THR stayed the same, as you can see here. For our fourth and final ingredient, I added Readthrough. In this transition mutation, we swapped our stop codon out for a codon that does actually code for an amino acid sequence. In our case, I swapped our adenine for guanine, allowing the previous DNA sequence to continue on until we reach another stop codon. Here, our chain just grew longer, as you can see. Here's a summary in mRNA form of what happens during each addition of ingredients, just to get a different look at it, as well as it being your take-home recipe to follow along. That's